These weren't just fights, they were momentum swings, comebacks, and pure chaos. Here are the best UFC fights of 2025. What makes a fight great? As the year comes to a close and the octagon finally slows down, this is the moment every fight fan waits for reflection. Not rankings, not hype, not trash talk, just fights. Every year, we argue about what makes a fight truly great. Is it technical mastery between elite athletes? Is it violence? Is it heart? But the fights that stay with us long after the final bell usually share one thing: momentum. Momentum swinging back and forth, fighters adjusting or refusing to adjust, fatigue creeping in, damage accumulating, and pressure revealing who someone really is when things start going wrong. In 2025, the UFC gave us a year full of those moments, and today, we're counting down the 5 best fights of the year, ranked not just by excitement, but by story, skill, and consequence. Let's start the countdown. Khalil Costa versus Julian Erosa. This fight flew under the radar, but it shouldn't have. Khalil Costa quietly put together one of the strongest years on the roster, while Julian Erosa entered as the definition of a seasoned survivor. On paper, this matchup screamed fight of the night, and from the opening bell, it delivered. Costa was faster and sharper early. Every time Erosa stepped forward, Costa punished him with crisp counters and vicious left kicks to the body. Erosa never stopped pressuring, finding elbows in the clinch and forcing scrambles, but round by round, he was losing ground. Then came the moment everyone expected the fight to end. A clean high kick from Costa landed flush in round 2. Most fighters would have folded. Somehow, Erosa stayed standing, down 2 rounds and visibly won. Erosa emptied the tank in the third. Knees, elbows, close range pressure. In the final minute, the technical battle completely collapsed into a full-blown brawl. Erosa didn't get the comeback, but he made Costa earn every second. Both fighters left battered, respected, and $50,000 richer. A perfect example of why grit still matters. Joshua Van versus Brandon Royval. This fight almost never happened, and that's what makes it special. A late injury shuffled the deck, and suddenly Joshua Van found himself across from Brandon Royval. What followed was the most relentless striking match of 2025. Van started fast, landing clean counters and exposing Royval's biggest issue, transitioning from wild brawler to technical striker late in his career. Royval threw volume, landed plenty, but Van's shots carried more weight. Then Royval adjusted. Instead of waiting, he doubled down on offense, throwing before, during, and after Van's counters. He absorbed damage, but it worked. Van was clipped, briefly stunned. The fight tilted. That's when Van showed elite fight IQ. With everything up for grabs, he attacked Royval's leg, stomping it repeatedly. Each stomp disrupted Royval's movement just enough to break his rhythm. Forced to keep attacking despite worsening damage, Royval walked himself into danger. In the closing moments, Van dropped him hard. Pure chaos controlled by intelligence. Merab Dvalishvili versus Umar Nurmagomedov. This fight was not about adjustments, it was about endurance. Merab Dvalishvili doesn't change his game, he breaks yours. Early on, that approach struggled. Umar Nurmagomedov was sharper, cleaner, and more technical. He landed counters, won scrambles, and controlled distance for 2 rounds. Merab absorbed punishment while refusing to slow down. Then the tide turned, not tactically, but physically. By round 3, fatigue crept in for Umar. Merab's takedown started landing. His pressure became overwhelming. Even blocked strikes told a story, optics matter. And Merab owned the cage. Round 4 belonged to the champion. Round 5 was chaos. Umar found a second wind, landing clean shots and denying control time. For a moment, the belt felt within reach until Merab landed a perfectly timed right hand in the final 90 seconds. Umar's knees buckled. Momentum vanished. Merab closed strong and sealed it. Elite skill versus relentless force, and force prevailed. Diego Lopes versus Jean Silva. This fight wasn't just violent, it was personal. Jean Silva entered barking, taunting, and completely unhinged. Diego Lopes answered immediately, taking Silva down and mounting him within seconds. Elbows followed, blood poured. Silva survived barely and clawed back to his feet. What followed was madness. Silva unleashed creativity, rarely seen elbows from both stances, brutal counters, and a picture-perfect front kick that snapped Lopes' head back. For minutes, Silva looked untouchable, but Lopes never panicked. He blocked, he waited, he trusted his chin. When Silva overextended just once, Lopes detonated a spinning elbow directly to the temple. Silva collapsed face first, Lopes swarmed and finished it. A violent chess match decided by one mistake. Jiri Prochazka versus Khalil Rountree Jr. This was inevitable. A Jiri Prochazka fight is chaos by design, and this one was no exception. Round 1 belonged to Khalil Rountree. Crushing kicks, heavy punches, elite Muay precision. Prochazka absorbed it all, calmly reading patterns. Round 2 shifted subtly. The jab landed. The front kick dug into the body. The pace slowed. By round 3, it felt unavoidable. Prochazka surged forward with endless combinations, hooks, elbows, knees, pressure without pause. Rountree had no space to breathe, no time to recover. A clean 1-2, -3 ended it. Vintage Jiri, vintage violence. Fight of the year. Honorable mentions. Before closing, it's important to acknowledge the depth of 2025, because several outstanding fights narrowly missed the top 5. Battles like Della Maddalena vs Mohammed, Sadikov vs Motta, Duncan vs Rebecca, Nurmagomedov vs Hughes, and Yan vs Dvalishvili delivered elite skill, drama, and unforgettable moments. On another list, any one of them could crack the top tier. That's how strong this year truly was, a reminder that greatness in MMA doesn't stop at 5. Thanks for watching.